working on, I don't know if this is the third or fourth step at this point on this piece. This is a collaboration piece with Bear or Sharon Buchanan, some of you know. Okay, so the video before this, or a couple before this, is me showing you guys how I use the tape to put out this like little river of resin. Do not do that. That is a no-go. First off, the tape stuck to the resin and I ended up having to pry it off piece by piece with this weeder and a knife. Then I had to cut off some of the tape with scissors and I had to sand it down. Also in spots like right here and up here and right here, you can see where some of the resin leaked out and stayed, which isn't going to be an issue. I sanded it down and we're going to put resin here anyway, and I'm also going to cover that up with stones, glass and stuff that I've colored. But still, it took like 4 hours, no joke, to get all of that tape off and clean up the edges and make it doable. So definitely that is a no-go. I have tested it for you guys and I can tell you it does not work. Do not do it. Take my word for it. I promise. So with that being said, I have pre-mixed resin here and we're just going to focus on this side for now from the blue glittered resin piece down, and it is raised quite a little bit. So we're going to focus on this side. I did go back and redraw on the gold line around the edge here, and I mainly did that so that when I put the gold gems there, if any spots are visible through the gems, you'll get that gold line. I also added a few of these light red lines where the red was, and I went over these silver lines as well where I had peeled the tape up. Okay, so I'm going to pour some resin. Not too much, because right now I mainly just want it to fill this area so that I can do what I need to do. I don't want to use my gloves this time to flatten it out because I do need to be able to touch the stones. Also, for everybody that was there for my live art auction, you know we wrote names on the popsicle sticks to do a drawing. And I'm going to slowly use those popsicle sticks and I will do shout outs during that time. So, don't know if you can read it. But this popsicle stick is Judy Russell's. So, shout out to Judy for showing support and being there during my live art auction. It was great to have you there. I always enjoy talking and just it's almost like hanging out with people when you're there for a live. It really feels like we're all just hanging out and I really enjoyed that. So thank you for being a part of my live the other day. That was actually my first live since reaching 1,000 subscribers. So everybody else that was there, your name's on a popsicle stick and we will most definitely be giving you guys shout outs as we go. So first things first is I want to get this spread out to where it comes all the way to the edge where I'm going to be putting all of these stones. I may add some more resin if need be. Get it filled in as I go. I'm going to add a little bit more resin. That was actually a little too much, but it's there, so we'll work with it. Bring it as close to the edge. Then I'm going to torch it to get all these bubbles out, and then we're going to start putting stones on. I'm not as worried about the edge right now, as long as I get it like on this little lip here. because I will be doing a flood coat over top of all these different steps that I'm working on. And there are quite a few steps. It would be easier to move this with my hands, but I do need to be able to use my hands to get into the stones and whatnot. So, move just a little bit more of this down here so it covers. It's actually almost a perfect amount of resin. Okay, I'm going to put that stick back there and set that to the side. We are going to torch it. My torches hate me today. Probably for the last few weeks. I've got several torches like this, but most of them are either out or almost out. So I need to figure out how to refill these, or just go purchase another one. Eventually I will get one of the big refillable ones, but for now this is what I have, and then it takes a minute to go out. Okay, so we're going to set that to the side, and for the first color to go right along this edge to help cover this edge up, I made these, and that video would be probably directly before this one. The stones that Carrie sent, these are the ones that I made with Aqua Flash. So I'm just going to start placing them where I want them, and then I can always add more resin dripped around it to hold it in. Want to be careful not to drop any in any of the other resin. We definitely want to keep them along the line here. Take some of the smaller ones and put in some places. I'm actually going to pour a few out so I can pick through and pick the sizes and shapes I need. And I want this one on the end to kind of, well, that piece didn't work, to kind of hug the edge. Okay, I do want to add a little resin in a few spots here so that I can stick some with it and it will hold. Get some in those smaller spots there. And the goal is just to cover up this harsh line here with the jewels. And a few places where I'm going to need to put a few more to cover up the edge of that line. Mainly because I want to make sure they stick. So let's see what we've got here. So I'm going to try to speed this part up if I can figure out the editing software to do so. If not, then you guys just get to enjoy watching it. Hopefully enjoy. I know a lot of I was looking for feedback on my giveaway video, and some people said they would rather things be sped up, but I did have quite a few people that said they enjoyed getting to see the entire process. So it's kind of mixed feedback, and I'll just have to go back and forth doing some of each so that everybody's kind of happy. But I got a lot more feedback than expected, saying that they actually enjoyed the whole process and seeing how everything is set out and planned out. Some even want to see more videos with the whole process, including mixing and everything. So the next layer that I do of stones when I do the other side, I'll probably zoom in a lot more so that you get a better view. That way you get this top view, and then you'll also get like a zoomed in view. That way, no matter which way you prefer it, everybody gets to see a little bit of something they like. Oops, dropped it. Get you over there. And I'm mainly choosing where they go based on how they're shaped. Some of them have a little bit of an angle to them, so they'll go in corners and such. And then some of them are kind of flat, so they'll go on the flatter areas. It really just all depends on how the piece is curved. And then if there's any spots that aren't fully covered when this layer dries, I can always go back in with resin and add in places that I need to add. Because I will say it's kind of hard to see all edges from right here where I am, because I can't see this back part of this edge. So hopefully this video isn't too long, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to speed it up or not, so we'll just have to see how it goes. It looks like it's starting to come together so far, you guys. I actually really like this a lot. Just adding some more on this line where it self-levels, so it pulls it off the line, and I need it to be there so I can put some down. Okay, it looks pretty good. I may end up filling some other spots in, but that is my first layer. And we'll see how that goes. Now, let's see, this is a pretty long video, so I think we'll stop this one here and then we'll come back and work on some other pieces later. I don't want the video to be too very long. I know a lot of people don't like long videos. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this so far and are looking forward to the next step. Let me know in the comments below.